This topic of performance related transaction codes. So yesterday ST01, ST02, ST03 we discussed, right? So today ST04. It's a DB performance related transaction code. DB performance related transaction code here. So DB related we have, so if you use the one transaction code, it will get the all the database related information here. That is called the DBA cockpit. DBA cockpit here. So instead of you using the DB performance related DB ST04, DB01, right? This is called the DB deadlocks, DB locks here. So SAP locks, how we can check the SM12. So this is called the DB locks here. Then DB02, the space related information, right? Then DB13, DBA planning calendar. Then DB12 is the DB backup logs. So these and all the things how we can use it to check the database related things. Then if you just directly if you use the DBA cockpit, so these and all the functionalities we can see it in the DBA cockpit transaction code here, right? So directly you can just go to the system, right? So here you can enter the ST04, if you go to the ST04 here, ST04 transaction code here, DB performance monitor transaction code here. So we can check the database performance related directly. You can check the status of the DB information, like all the surveys are started or not. So right, what is the memory utilization, what is the version, what, so all the information you will come to know here. All the information you will get the information from here, right? So that is the one thing here. So you can see the left side here, you see the all the process here, all the current status, performance, configuration, all the process here, right? So then if you go to DB01, we will see the same, but directly you will get the logs, DB logs. Are there any blockable transactions or anything? You will get, but same. You can see the left side, you can see the same transactions, same tabs are available here, right? So DB13 is a DBA planning calendar here. So which means database level, if you want to schedule any jobs or anything, so you can schedule those things. So maybe consistency check jobs or anything, we can schedule it here using this one we can schedule, we can just add to the calendar that will be executed daily, monthly, yearly, that will be executed here. That is called the DBA planning calendar here, right? So and so DB12 is like a backup logs to check the backup logs here. So how the backups are executed, whether the backups are completed or not, failed or not, it will give you the some information here, whether the backups are executed or fine, or it you see here, it provided the details here, right? This is done. Next one, so but again the left side here you can see the same tabs here, right? So otherwise directly simply you can use the DBA cockpit here, database related here, database cockpit here, all the information we can see it here, database related things, all the information we can see it here. So what is the database, it is connected here, right? We can configure it, you can configure the systems, other systems also here. So if you go to the current status here, in the current status we can see the overview of the all the services are running or not, are there any critical warnings, errors are occurring or not. So all the information, if you go to the alert status here, in the alert status also we can find the, so are there any critical alerts, are there any errors, so it generated or not. See here, there is a ANA disk usage is 92% got reached. ANA index server is running out of the memory, right? So by seeing this one, we can find out the, okay, so HANA having so some memory issues here, right? So then we can log into the OS level, the respective OS level. So we can, so proactive monitoring, I mean to say proactive monitoring. So we got the alerts now. right? When you go to the DF-H here it is 95% it got occupied here, right? 95% it got occupied here. So let's see. So there are the some backup files. Let's see whether we can able to clear the some of the log files here. Able to clear the some of the log files or not. So just go to the yeah, here we have the some backup files here. Here we have the some backup files. So let me clear it here, backup files. And see here now it's a 82 percentage now, 82 percentage now, right? So means we got the, so by checking that log now we cleared the one of the error here, right? So there one of the error which is like a, so the disk usage got log volume and data volume got 92 percentage reached. Now after clearing it went to the, so 82 percentage here, so it's good now, right? So like that, so by checking these logs, so we clearly, that's why it's a monitoring transaction codes. It's a monitoring transaction codes here. Performance means performance tab, like there we can see the long running threads, sessions, history, so all the information we can see it here, right? So job configuration. So INA files configuration, same in the HANA Studio, what and are the things we can see, same like we can see it in here as well. Jobs, they are the internal jobs. So some planning calendar, DBA planning calendars. So right, so central calendar, DBA logs, backend configuration, all the information we can see it here. So diagnostic files, logs checking, trace logs, all those things here like cache, backups, information, system information. So here the main thing is here what we have to check. Sometimes your manager or your management ask you to provide the large type of the tables or what are the current transactions are active in the systems, active transaction codes, active transactions here which currently users are doing here, right? And also the connection statistics here, connection, what are the connections are active here, right? And also large tables here. The system, what are the large tables are there here, right? Just select the, so top tables, top column store tables which are the very large tables here, then it will provide the list here. So large top tables will be, so it will display the list here. So you can just to provide the schema name, you will just provide the schema name and click on the execute button. So then the top larger tables will be displayed here. Large top tables will be displayed, and also we can also see the disk size of the disks. So all the information we can see it here. What is the growth, monthly growth? So all the information, so we can see it here. All the information we can see it here, right? So that is the, so one thing here. And DB size history. So size, how the size is growing in the database side here, right? In the graphically, we also we can see the all the database size related informations, right? So you can see the all the information we can see 47, 46, 46 dot 49, 49, 50, 50. Then after that slightly it reduced. So you can see the all the information, right? Aggregation period. So you can see the all the, so aggregation, if you see it here, all the information you can see the sub utilization here, right? So workload, database version history here, supported features. So we can see the all the documentation now. So the landscape, DB connection monitors. So database related each and everything. What will be there in the database level queries will be executed, connection, sessions, threads, tables, data, size of the data. So each and everything we can see it in the database level here. That's why DBA cockpit here. Then what programs are executing, what statements are executing, all the information we can see it here, right? So this is the database related, so database related transaction code here. We can see the all the DB related, all the details and everything we can see it here. right? That is the one thing here. Suppose if you want to execute any SQL statements queries, then you can execute here SQL statements also in the SQL editor. Then execution of the trace log files and everything here, right? Audit logs related information will be displayed here, right? DBA audit logs information will be displayed in the systems here, right? Security audit logs information will be displayed, and the configurations. So all the database related, whatever it required, each and everything we can see it from the SAP level. That is called the one single transaction for DBA cockpit. In the DBA cockpit, we can see the all the database related details, all the information about this one here, right? If instead of going to the individual, then we can go to the DBA cockpit. You can see the all the database related details and everything here, right? The next one, ST05. ST05 is kind of a SQL trace. ST0105 are the traces related things. That is the system trace. This is the SQL trace. SQL trace or system performance trace. So those things we can see it here. Both are related to the tracing related functionalities only here, right? SQL trace and so performance trace like a buffer trace. If you want to check the HTTP trace, so any traces, anything you want to activate. Suppose you can activate the some of the traces here. Just click on the activate the traces here. Then you can ask user to reproduce the issue. Then just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Then deactivate the trace. Then just click on the display the trace here. Then you will see the what's happening with the your system. What's happening with the your system here. All the information you can see it here. All the information you can see it here. All the details. So if we wait for some time, the data will be retrieved here. Yeah, only not recorded much. So people to want to investigate more, they will ask us to activate the traces here. Then we'll activate the traces here, right? Then after that we will deactivate the traces here. So for the active, once the activation is done, then we will enable the traces here, right? Then it will collect the some logs here. So in these logs, what we can see the duration of the each statement here. Suppose user facing the some issue, so is maybe is facing some performance issue, it's very slow. Then we can collect the some logs here. It will provide the some details here. Okay, it's kind of a 16,000 milliseconds it's taking. So but here which table it is taking much time here, right? This is the table, right? So this is the table, it is taking much time. Apart from that, is there any other duration is very high here? You can see. So there is a very high duration here, right? This is the one here. This is the one. So which is like a client flash. So there is a statement which is causing the very high GUI2. So client, so it's taking very high. So then if you collect these evidences, instead of you investigating, then provide these logs to the SAP. Just download the logs, just download the trace files and provide the logs to the SAP. So then they can come to know what's happening with your system. They have the tools. Actually, they will come to know what's happening in the system and they will investigate the issue further here, right? They will propose something in our database level here, right? So this is the way we can enable the tracing here. So this will be only as and when required, only ad hoc basis. If the people ask us to request, we will enable it here. Otherwise, there is no need of the enabling the trace. Normal SM21 ST22 logs are enough to troubleshoot it here. Air authorization, this kernel. So these and all the things ST01, so ST05 performance trace, system performance slowness are those kind of things we can detect it here. So only as and when required, we will open the traces functionalities here, right? That is the one thing. And ST06 is the OS level OS level monitoring here, OS level monitoring here, right? ST06 here. So operating system level, what and all the things we can see. Operating system level, we can see the operating system level. what and other things we can see in the comes under the operating system level? CPU, right? CPU, memory, and file systems. So network, right? So these are the things it will come in the so operating system level. Am I right? Right? So these are the things will comes under the operating system level. So here the live CPU utilizations and history of the CPU utilization, memory, same as like file systems, network, how the network, these and all the informations. So which means you don't need access to the operating system level to do this kind of things. Just go to the ST06 to check this one. You don't need DBA level access here to check the database related. Just go to the transaction code and execute this transaction code. You will get the output here. You don't need this one. This will go to the here and you can execute it here, right? So this way you can find out the information here. Suppose if you go to the ST06 here what is the operating system here, timestamp, and you can see the so how many what is the user utilizations which is using by out of 100%, then what is the user is using and what is the system is using. Idle percentage is the 59 here, right? Idle means free percentage we will call it as the idle percentage, means 59% CPUs are free. What is the physical memory here? 78 GB. Then free memory only 2 GB is available here, right? Remaining all the memory got occupied here, only 2% is occupied here. Then if you go to the CPU history here, CPU snapshot, so we have the user utilization, CPU utilization, then idle percentage. Then you can see the we have the 6 CPUs are there. Each CPU, how much percentage it is occupying the data. Each CPU is equally distributing the data. If it comes at 0, 0, 0 means one CPU is not working here. Means it's not taking any load here. Then you can see the average hourly load also you can investigate it here. How the hourly, the last 24 hours, the load of the CPUs and all the user utilization, CPU utilization, the particular day. So this one in the 1917, the it's the 81 percentage it is occupied here. So we can find out the information here, previous hours. Then memory utilization of the previous hours also here means live, and also we can also the previous hours utilization also we can find, and also the LAN network, and also disk. So we have the disk utilizations and everything here, memory, disk, and top 40 CPU process here. What are the top 40 CPU process which is consuming the most of the memory? We can see the all the information and everything here, right? So here, so operating system level details, operating system related information we can find out in the ST06 transaction code. ST06 transaction code we can find out here, right? So this one means so sometimes what happens, your manager will ask you check the what is the CPUs are using, whether the CPUs are correctly so working, or so check the utilization and everything, means you are in the situation as part of the daily monitoring. Sir, I don't have the OS level access, means you don't need go to the ST06 and just check the your OS related all the information. My database level DBA cockpit. Why? Because some customers, when you join in the project, some customers you won't get the access to the operating system level and the database level. Only GUI level access you will get. But even though using the transaction codes, we can just perform the monitoring of the your operating systems and databases, file systems, network, all the information we can track it under ST06 here, right? This is also one of the so one of the daily monitoring transaction code here, right? So DBA cockpit and ST06 is one of the daily monitoring transaction code. We need to check the whether the how the CPUs are behaving here. Is there any CPUs, and any CPU utilization is very 100%. So all the information we see in the ST06 here. The next one is not much useful, but even though ST07 application monitor user distribution here, which means it will provide you the so application monitor user distribution here. So ST07. So this is like a so we can find out the users distributions. for each. Why? Because we have the modules in the SAP systems, right? They are the number of modules. So each module, how many users are assigned, what exactly they are doing, that information will be displayed here. That information will be displayed in the ST07 here. Suppose basis components, number of active user, logged on users are 40, active users are 6, in that work process 3. So what they are doing here, we go to the here. So someone opened the ST22, someone opened the RZ20, so they can, we can see the all the information here, right? Syntax errors and everything we can see it here, right? So this kind of information we can see it here, right? So which means each application how many users are active and all the information. So when was the last system restart happened, so this one we can date and time, number of work process, and also the users, number of active servers. You can see the all the information here, all the information we can see it here, right? We can also check the history of the data also, we can check it out here, right? So this is the, so ST07 here, but ST07 not much useful. So but for our understanding purpose I can just provide it. Why? Because sometimes your manager will ask you, so please find out the how many users are logged in for each application. So that time users distributed to the each application means, then that time this will be very helpful here. That will be helpful for you here, right? That is the main thing here, right? That is the application monitor user distribution here, right? That is the ST07 here. So then, so these all are the, so performance related transaction code ST01 to 07 here. So then, so in that monitoring transaction codes are there, and also some of the configuration traces related transaction codes also available here, right? So uh, then what next, what left we have as part of the monitoring here? OS level. So suppose sometimes then we have to go to the operating system level also here. Just log into the operating system level. So operating system level, check the file system, whatever we checked in the previously, right? Just to go to the operating system level. Just check the file system free space df-h. Then you will see the if any file systems below 90% fine. If above 90%, we need to choose to do the cleanup or backups. Those things we can see. And also free -g. So it will give you the memory utilizations and everything here. Top command will tell you the, so what are the top process which are currently running in the system here. Top process, it will give you the information. These are the top process here, top. So this will give you the information here. So this way we can find out the, so which process are running from longer time and everything here, right? So top process, top CPU process will be displayed here, means which process is using the high CPU utilizations and high memory utilizations, and which is the work process, ECP related work process or MCD related work process, which one is causing the high response time, high CPU time, high memory times. So then we will get the information from here. We will get the information here. That is the one thing here, right? So then what left we have as part of the monitoring here? So let me open the sheet once. Okay, so SM51 we know active application servers, and we have apply the SQL trace ST05 and everything that we know how to check the traces and everything. SM12 we know lock entries, you can refer the transaction. SM02 system message, How to post the system message. So system messages actually, that maybe if you are aware of or not. So let me explain it. System messages here. So system message means, so SM02. SM02 is the system message here. Normally it's not the daily monitoring transaction code, but you can see it here other transaction codes. SM01 is for the, so transaction code lock the transaction code here. LOC here, lock. So transaction code here, lock the transaction code here. So in case of if you want to lock the transaction code, so suppose that is the dangerous transaction code, so you don't want to allow the users to use it here, then you can use the SM01 is the transaction code here. Okay, so just to go to the SM01 here, so then you can just lock the transaction code here. So but in the latest version that is not available, but SM02, this is called the system messages here. So suppose there is a activity is going to on to maintenance notifications. In case of if you want to post the, if you want to send the notifications here, everyone, so system is going to down in the next tomorrow or next 5 minutes, next system minutes, and there is a maintenance activity. So then if you want to post that kind of matter, you can write it here. Then just you can just click on the send display button here. So same message will be displayed to the all the users whoever logged into the users. So then who are going to log into the system, this message will be displayed to the all the users here, so that they are aware of there is a maintenance activity is going to happen in the systems, right? That is the one thing that will tell you, right? SM02, SM02 system messages here, posting the system messages here. That is the one thing here. Then SM04, list of logged on users list, AL08, that is also fine. And also specific, this is not required. Directories, SAP directories. Okay, that is a file system level that I will explain it. So PFCG, this is not required. Transports, still we have not completed the transport. SCC1, how to check the size of the RS page check. Size, size of the client, it will provide the details. So lock the client, unlock the client. So how to perform it? You have some useful transactions are there here. You can check SPAD, SP01. So you can see here. So, and this is our monitoring related things here. DB12, ST22, SM51, SM02, ST02. So these are all the Java links, fine. So see, almost all the daily monitoring related transaction codes we covered it here. Okay, so these are the formula based here. If you paste the utilization, it will give you the everything here, right? The swaps, formula, memory areas, and everything here. Right here, all the details are available here, right? So that is the, so daily monitoring and some of the basis related activities, instruction sheet here. So it give you the clear information here, all the information and everything here. Okay, so that is the one of the important thing. So what do you think here? Monitoring. These are all the normal things. AL08, ST22, SM21, SMQ1, SMQ2, and SM66. So this will comes under daily monitoring of the, so transaction reports here. So this, so that we will detect the issues in upfront. Then before the business login, if you fix that issues, so that system it won't give any performance issues during the, so business hours. So that's the reason. So every day either three shifts, the three times, or in the morning hours we need to perform the system health checks. We need to perform the system health checks here. That's the reason. So we need to use the system health check document. Every company there is a procedure document. So every company we have to use the similar kind of documentation or different kind of document. But transaction codes, the way of checking is common every company. Okay. So that is the daily monitoring transaction codes here. Okay. So the next one. So, okay, let me explain about the file systems, SAP OS level file systems here, right? So SAP file systems at OS level, operating system level. So whenever you do the installation of the SAP system here, operating system level, there are some folders will be created like USR, CP, then SID. There is a one folder will be created here, USR, SAP, SID. Every SID, it will create the one SID. USR, SAP is the common here. Then here, sys will be created. Under the sys, we have the again D instance number, primary application server, then ASCS, then instance number here, right? So sys means, so here we have the sys profile, right? So then sys profile, sys global directory, so then sys, so exe, so we have the, so direct folders are available here, right? So then here also we have the, if we go to the here, the instance number here, here also we have the, so the instance number exe, then we have the sec directory, so we have the data, so we have the log, we have the work directory, very important directory. So this is the one. The same instance also here also we have the similar, same instance also we have the similar file systems here. Sec directory, data, log, and work directory here. These are the, so the file systems will be created at operating system level. It's a very important here. So profile directory, it contains the profiles and parameters. So normally in the SAP level, so where we can change the profiles and parameters. Parameters, what is the transaction codes? SAP level.
RG10.
Okay. RG10 and RG11, right? So similarly, similarly, suppose in case of if you don't have the access to the operating system level, then USR, SAP, SID, right? Suppose SID. So similarly, if we don't have the app access to the operating system level, so then we can go to the operating system level, SAP level. If we don't have the access, then go to the profiles here. Here we can change the profiles. You have the profiles, default profile, ASCS profile, and instance profile here. So here you can go ahead and update the profiles and everything. You can perform it here. You can go ahead and you can do the changes here, right? Here also you can perform the changes. If you perform it here, it will update into the other systems also here. It will update into the other systems also here, right? So people will perform the changes SAP level. So same thing will be reflected here as well. Same thing will be reflected here also here, right? So that is the one of the thing here, right? That is the one thing here, right? So this way we can update the profiles also here. We can add the parameters in these profiles. You can add it here, right? So in case of SAP level RG10 and RG11, so then at the operating system level, you can go to the profile directory. You can do the changes here, right? Then global directory, in the global directory we have the job logs and spool logs will be there here, right? And then some of the security settings and SSF keys are available here, right? So in the global directory we have the job logs and spool logs, profiles and parameters, job logs and spool logs here, spool logs and security settings here. Then exe directory. Exe directory is very important here. It's kind of a executable files, binary files, kernel files here. During the installation time, there is a kernel files you are creating, right? Those kernel files are here. Kernels are like a operating system level. It will communicate, say, intermediate between the operating system and our SAP application server here. The executable files. Without these executable files, your SAP system will not live here, right? Exe. So this is the so here these are the binary files here. So these are the very very important binary files here, right? So these all are the kernel binary files and everything here. So without this one, we cannot run the SAP. SAP will not run. First of all, your NQ server, message server, work process, and SAP application server is opening fine means because of the because of the your this SAP binaries are OS level up and running here. That's the reason here, right? That is under the exe directory here, right? That is the main important file system here, right? Then under the sys only we have the some other operating system files are available here. That is called the D instance number. D instance number here. D instance number. D means dialog instance number here. Here we have the data folder. So data folder means normally you are doing the tracing and everything. Those tracing related statistics and everything will be available here. The tracing related statistics and everything will be available in this location here, right? Means it's data tracing related data will be available here. That is the one thing here, right? You can see the tracing related in the data folder here, right? Exe means same executable files here, right? So you have the executable files exe and here exe both are same here. Sec means the certificates related PSCs will be stored and log means some of the log files will be stored here, right? Log. So trace logs, audit logs, traces. So that will be whatever the traces you have taken, right? So traces you are taking ST01, ST0, so 5 and everything. That will be stored into the ST here in the log directory or data folder level. The trace will be stored here. Right, that is the important here. But one of the important directory is called the work directory here. So it will give you the all the work process related, how the dialog work process. So if any errors in the SAP system, then this is the best place you have to come and do the troubleshooting here. Check the logs here, right? So this is one of the troubleshooting directory here. So suppose work process number, work process is running from long time. You can open the work. Why? Because work process will process the your request. So if you check the work process trace level here, then this will give you the clear information what's happening with the your system and all the information. So work process alt or stopped status, it will give you the clear information what is the error log, what's happening with the system, and all the information will be displayed here. All the information will be displayed here, right? So the traces, work process traces, and so those kind of functionalities you can see it here, right? Work process traces. So gateway log files, dispatcher log files, work process, ICM, all the error log files will be displayed here. So one of the to investigate the root cause and everything, this directory we need to take the backup and we need to investigate it. So this is a troubleshooting directory. It's a very, 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 very important directory here. Okay. And so yes, 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 yes. Also, we have the data, exe log, sec, work directory. ASS means message server, NQ servers, right? Dev underscore NQ ADM, dev underscore MS. So these log files we can see it here. These log files we can see it here, right? All the log files and everything we can find out the information here. ASS work directly here, right? That is the one thing here. The instance number means so it's a SAP application server related. Application server only we have the buffers, application server only we have the work process, application server only we have the traces. Users will log into the application server will do. So each and every action item will be recorded in the work directory here. So do I need to require the Operating system level access, no. If you go to the A11 transaction code, you can see the all the file system directories and everything, data, exe, log file, work directory. You can see the all the log files and everything. We can see it here. All the log files we can see it here. Work directory. Under the work directory, what is the log files are there? Just you can filter it out. So then we can find out the information here. All the information we can see what is the how is the dispatcher is responding here. So dispatcher is the main here, how the dispatcher is responding. So all the information we can see it here, all the information terminated. So you can see the all the information here. Right? This is the one of the important thing here, right? Work directory or AL11. All the SAP directories in the operating system level SAP directories here. Right? That is the one of the important thing. That's one more transaction code directly. It will open the error log file that is called the ST11. ST11, it will open the directory, the log files here. So dev underscore. So directly it will open the work directory basically. Directly it will open the work directory here. A11 all SAP directories. ST11 directly it will open the error log file here. Okay. That is the one of the important things here. So these are the SAP file systems at operating system level. Okay, and yeah, we have other transaction, other topics as well. That is called the Scott email administration part and everything, mails, emails, and everything. And we have the transport management system. That is one of the big topic. That's why before this topic, we have the operational modes, Scott operational modes, small topics only. Then STMS, we can start it. That we can STMS, we can start on Monday. Okay.
Sir, iDocs monitoring.
W20, W21. These are all just transactional codes. So just you can uh, W02 IDOCS related. Normally you won't monitor anything here. Any issues, then you will go here. Functional team is will go and will check the any IDOCS are there. They will take care of the IDOCS parts. What is the status? IDOCS. That kind of things they will monitor it here. IDOCS means intermediate documents. It contains the data which is sending to the other external systems and other SAP systems here. So whether the data got stuck or not, it is processing, then we can check it out here. But normally we won't monitor the iDocs here. Maybe some organizations may be. So normally it's not required for us to monitor. So functional team, they will take care of the monitoring of the iDocs and everything. Okay, so just to practice it, I think I uploaded already sheets, these two sheets, just to do the some kind of health checks. Anyone performed yesterday? Any monitoring in the systems? No, right? In the yesterday especially. Okay.